Well, in South America, we are in a process. We are learning about the issue, we are analyzing the issue. We have some examples regarding IOM work. We just did a training for governmental staff in Chile about climate change and migration. And we have some examples, for example, in Colombia, where we are using modern technology to follow up the trends of migration due to the droughts over there.
And what kind of countries then do you feel are most at risk? And what's going to happen? Are we talking about people leaving the hills to go to the cities, or people leaving the cities to go to the hills? What's the story?
Well, migration and climate change is a multifactorial issue. So, in South America, middle-income countries, one of the main challenges is how we put the issue on top of the agenda. I mean, urbanization is an issue. How these vulnerable cities are exposed to issues of climate change. Also, the Pacific islands that will suffer the increase of the level of the ocean. So over there we will have big challenges on how to move people from one place to another without jeopardizing their own culture, for example. And then there is a third issue related to food security for people that have been affected for dry season, for example. So there are many challenges over there in different parts of the world.
Okay, and we're here in Peru, so give me a sense about what the situation is here. I mean, are you guys actively seeing now people? I guess people have always migrated, haven't they? So how do you know whether they're migrating just because of normal developmental needs or because of climate change? How is that assessed?
Well, we see the trends in terms of weather. Because of weather events in the 2013, 22 million people moved. So this is 3 times more than the people that have moved because of conflict situations. According to the International Displacement Monitoring Center, the risk of cities in the last 40 years have been double in terms of how climate change will affect them.
And are you seeing movements along those impacts?
Yes, I mean, those 22 million people have been moved from one place to another that need attention. I mean, mostly the most vulnerable countries are the ones that are affected by this phenomenon.
Okay, and finally, I mean, what do you guys want to see in terms of the way countries, particularly in South America where you work, prepare better for these kind of movements? I mean, is it a case of ensuring these communities have better access to, I don't know, forms of irrigation to allow them to get water better or store water better? Or do you see people moving en masse and so countries have to prepare better to be able to cope with influxes into their cities? What kind of preparations are you recommending?
Well, in South America and Latin America in general, we are on an early stage. So first of all, we need comprehensive policies on that regard. Then some of these countries need to develop the adaptation plans, so how they achieve the situation related to the phenomenon. I think that from that and then have a little work related to awareness and creating knowledge, analysis of the situation should be another advantage in our countries.